All right. So what's up, everybody? So look, man, let's get right into it. There's a lot of news, a lot of rumors coming out here that has to do with David Benavidez, the Callum Smith fight, Dimitri Bivol, and what's going to happen with these guys. So look, the newest thing is that Turki at Sheik, he was trying to give David Benavidez some step aside money. You know, he supposedly he made him a pretty good offer, right? It was a big amount of money, so he could step aside and let the Bivol and Better Be a trilogy happen, and meanwhile he could take on Callum Smith, you know, and fight Callum Smith for his interim belt, you know. But David Benavidez refused it, right? He rejected the offer. He said pretty much that he's done fighting for interim belts, bro. That he wants his championship belt. And you know that he's not taking the step aside money. So he pretty much rejected Turki's offer, and supposedly it was a lot of money, right? So once again, this shows you that David Benavidez, he isn't in this shit for the money, right? He's in this shit to prove his greatness and to do the right thing. This is why I say, bro, how could people hate on David Benavidez when he moves like this? You know, so the Callum Smith fight is out the window because, like I said, David Benavidez rejected that offer from Turki. He said he ain't fighting, he's not taking no step aside money, and he's not fighting Callum Smith in the meanwhile, that he wants that WBC strap, right? So what's gonna end up happening with this shit is that the Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev trilogy is probably gonna end up happening, and Dimitri Bivol is going to end up getting stripped of his WBC belt, and David Benavidez will be upgraded to WBC champion, you know. And, you know, at the end of the day, I don't blame David Benavidez for doing this shit, right? David Benavidez knows what kind of a fighter he is. He knows where he belongs. He knows that he's supposed to he was the real champion at 168. He knows this shit, right? So this shit has to bother him deep down inside, knowing that, hey, you know what? He was the best at 168, but he never got the chance to prove it. And now coming up here to 175, he knows that he was in line for that Bivol fight. You know, Benavidez is pretty much out here doing everything that they told him to do, you know. And he still, like I told y'all in one of my last videos, he still doesn't get his opportunities, man. So at the end of the day, he's pretty much not trying to let the same thing that happened to him at 168 happen to him at 175. Like I said, he's done fighting with these guys for interim belts, which is what they kept telling him at 168. Fight Caleb Plant, fight this guy, fight that guy. They were just on some bullshit, to keep it real with y'all, bro. How long was David Benavidez there as the mandatory, and they kept making up excuses and just kept doing all kinds of bullshit? So like I said, bro, David Benavidez, he's been down this road already, and he's pretty much tired of it. So now, you know, the WBC mandated this fight with Bivol. So he said that he's not taking no step aside money and that he wants that belt, bro. He's in this shit for that belt. Like, fuck the money at this point. He's trying to get that belt, and he's trying to become the champion and stay there, you know what I'm saying? As I do believe that he'll be there for a while as champion, and he's probably going to have to go and collect the rest of those straps one by one to become undisputed. And hey, that's what's up, man. I don't mind this shit at all, bro. He's got to get this shit the hard way. That's how it's pretty much always been for David Benavidez, you know. But him doing this shit, bro, it has a lot of consequences, or it just stirs the pot a lot, right? Because now, you know, with Dimitri Bivol, there was talks of maybe Canelo would come up here to fight Dimitri Bivol for undisputed, but now that Dimitri Bivol is not going to be undisputed, and who knows, man, even the IBF might strip him, Bivol that is, of his belt as well, if he does that trilogy with Beterbiev, because they had Eifert up next, you know, and I think they mandated that fight too, you know. So it's just going to stir up the pot, like I said, bro, and it's going to make maybe a lot of plans that these guys had, it's not going to make them as interesting anymore. As what was really making these fights interesting at 175 was that undisputed title, you know. And with that undisputed title falling apart and David Benavidez having a WBC belt, you know, these guys are going to have to come and see David Benavidez if they want to have that claim as undisputed, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to come on here and drop this quick video just to let you guys know this. You know, the latest news out here is that, you know, David Benavidez rejected Turkey's offer. He rejected the step aside money, and he rejected that fight with Callum Smith. It was a combination package, right? Like, here goes some step aside money, but you got to fight Callum Smith while we make this Better BF and Bivol trilogy. You know, he said, fuck all that. I ain't accepting none of that shit. I want the belt, and that's what he's going to do, right? So, you know, we'll see if this changes anything. Maybe Bivol, I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to get stripped of his belt, and maybe he'll come out here and fight David Benavidez. But honestly, bro, I seriously doubt that shit, man. I think Bivol knows either way he's going to lose. He could lose his WBC belt, or he'll probably lose all of his belts to David Benavidez, you know? So he's probably just going to let that WBC belt go, you know? But at the end of the day, this is what it is, right? Y'all go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about all this shit, and, you know, I'll be on to the next one, man. I'm out.